Welcome to Germany vs. USA, and today we're going to have a little Q&A.
Back it up, son, bring it on home. Drag your feet and hang your head all you want.
So, we asked you about a week ago to just, ask some questions that you had about us, or about the show, or about going to Germany, about going to the US, anything basically that you wanted us to answer. And we got a couple of responses, over 100 questions actually asked, and so we're going to go through a couple of them, and I guess let's just start with the beginning, okay?
Yep.
How did you guys start with the videos? I think we had like a couple of videos where we actually responded to that. We have one video where we are in Schwäbisch Hall that kind of explains how we got to know each other.
With Michael Jackson.
And then we have the Cultural Insight Hinterground video where we talk about, how we started shooting the episodes, basically. I think you will find the answers in those videos, basically. Good.
Having lived in both countries, perhaps pick one thing each that you prefer about living in the foreign country. That's really easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love the change of pace in the German culture. To me, it's a lot slower in the sense of you really get to enjoy your meals. You get to enjoy like being out in parks. Being Southern, a lot of times you have this sense of like you need to grow up a lot faster in the South, and that's a regional thing. But I enjoy just being around people living their lives, loving what they're doing, and just enjoying the little things a little bit. Where I think sometimes in America we kind of get caught up and we're busy. We have an appointment. We have this. Or the waiter hasn't been here for 2 seconds. Whereas
faster pace.
Yeah, and I think, and that's personally me. People may disagree with that, but that's one thing I really like.
And for me, it would be the kindness of Americans, like the openness and kindness of Americans. Well, they're very, very nice. Even if they don't know you, they're very open. They're very interested, and they will approach you in a very nice way usually. And some people say it's superficial. I don't think it is. I think it's it's like good manner actually. It's very good etiquette, and I really enjoy that going to the States. You will always see a smile wherever you go, and people will be very interested in you and be very welcoming. And I really like that about the United States. What would you guys say is the easiest way to integrate in a new country and culture? Thanks. I think, well, given that you are already living in that new country and culture, you've taken the biggest step already. I mean, going abroad and living in a different country, I think that's if you really want to learn a language, if you really want to get to know a culture, you gotta do that. You gotta go abroad and live in the country, that you want to get to know, basically. And
roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice. And then I think, what can you do? Get involved. If you have a job or something, you will get to know people. If you go to the social networks like Facebook or whatever, they always have, for every city, they have like groups called new in Hamburg, new in whatever, New York, new in Nashville, and it's always people who just got into the town, and they are all of them are basically have the same issue. They want to get to know people. And if you're like in a university, you will get to know people.
Yeah, and also, if you play sports, go to a pickup soccer game and get involved. That's one thing I love doing. You're coming to the States. There's a lot of kickball leagues, or like social leagues, even soccer leagues.
Yeah.
But recreational sports to me is a real easy way to get around people.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Cool. Jim, did your views of the U.S. change in any way when you lived there, and if so, how?
I guess what he means by when I lived in Germany.
I wonder, yeah.
I think so. Well, yes, to just answer the question, yes. I grew up in Deep South, and when I first started traveling, it was the first time, like I kind of said in the last question, like getting away from your own culture really opened my eyes to a lot. And I love that. It changed. I think to me it made me a much more well-rounded person. And also it, between youth and just not knowing, a lot of my viewpoints changed in a sense where I'm a lot more open-minded and I'm more interested in like the differences in culture instead of maybe when I was like 16, 17 was just like, oh no.
Gibt es Schnitzel noch?
He's doing good.
Good.
He still exists. He's fat and happy in Mississippi right now.
With Maggie.
He is. If you could visit any country in the world that you haven't visited, which one would it be and why? Mine, probably Brazil. I've never been to South America, and I'd love to learn more about that culture. And Brazil just seems like an awesome place. Yeah, I guess I'd go with Brazil. Just if I had to pick one just to start, I mean, there's so many places I want to see still.
Mine would probably be Mongolia, the Mongolei, because it's such a huge country. It's out there in the middle of nowhere, and I enjoyed watching The Long Way Around. It's a TV series like with Ewan McGregor, like a documentation rather, where he and a buddy of his take their motorcycles and they drive around the world basically.
Excellent documentary.
Excellent documentary, and the things they experienced in Mongolia were just really, really cool. And yeah, I would like to get to know Mongolia. Alex, hast du jemals erwähnt, was du in den Staaten machst? So whether I'd ever mentioned what I've been doing in the States. I mean, I've been doing different things. I am basically after I finished this Abitur, the German high school diploma, I lived in the States for about half a year with like befriended families of ours, and I just got to know the American culture, got to know a little bit of the business culture, learned English. And then when I went back to Germany, and then we got involved in a startup company, and then I've been working in a startup company. And yeah, that's what I've been doing in the States mostly.
And grocery shopping.
And grocery shopping. I love the grocery shopping. We do get that question a lot. Seid ihr ein Paar? Whether we are a couple?
No.
No, we're not a couple. We're not gay. We're both girlfriends, and we're happy with them. And so, yes, we're not gay.
Are good buddies, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Ich denke, ein Draw My Life würde viele Fragen beantworten. I think a Draw My Life would answer many questions. Where's your Draw Your Life?
Where is my draw my life?
The thing is, I really can't draw. I really can't. I can't even draw a dog.
I doodle a little bit,
Yeah.
but
It's not a classic Draw My Life.
I'm pretty sure this describes my life.
Yeah. We'd rather talk than draw, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Pendelt ihr zwischen den USA und Deutschland oder gibt es einen Hauptwohnsitz? So whether we were basically going back and forth between the United States and Germany, or if we have like a GVU headquarter. We are going back and forth. I mean, we're right now shooting in Nashville in the United States, but we'll probably be shooting in Hamburg next. And so yeah, we're going back and forth. And, I mean, we like, I guess, the change of locations.
Yeah, it's fun to keep it this fresh.
Right, because we enjoy like shooting in different locations because it just gives you more insight about what you talk about. And so yeah, we'll probably go back to Germany soon. What are you doing for what do you do for a living? That was one of the most asked questions, basically.
This. And a few side jobs.
And a few side jobs where we make some money as well. So I guess.
Yeah, we have big boy jobs as well.
Yeah, we do.
I got in touch with a lot of exchange students when I was studying, and also visit some of them in their home countries when I was finished. Did you have similar experiences? I mean, that you visit friends all over the place and get to see people, except for yourselves. Yes, definitely.
So basically what the person is saying is that when you go abroad, you meet other international students, right, that you then visit. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I've made friends who are all over the world, which I think is one of the coolest experiences about going abroad in the first place.
Exactly. I mean, when I studied in Italy, like the most people I got to know were actually like non-Italians, basically, and I've been visiting them, every once in a while. And so yeah, when you go abroad, you will hang out with a lot of foreigners as well. And I mean, it's a challenge also to get to know like the natives of the country. And but yeah, there's definitely a plus.
Yeah, and you'll always have a cool place to go visit.
Yeah, that's true. Werdet ihr irgendwann auch politische Themen dazu nehmen, oder wollte ich aus diesem Bereich lieber ganz fernhalten? So whether we're also going to include like political issues or current political issues? Not so much, actually.
Yeah, not really. I think there's a time and place for everything, and I don't know.
Right. It's this thing like, if we did that, we'd probably just put ourselves in trouble. And the thing is, we're taking a much broader cultural approach than actually current political issues. There's news magazines out there where, you can get information, and it's just not the thing that we do, basically.
We will talk about doorknobs, though.
Yeah, doorknobs is super awesome. Political issues? No. So, was spornt euch an, weiterhin Videos zu drehen? What motivates you to continue doing videos? It's actually these responses, actually, what really keeps us going.
The community that we have, and also, I mean, because of the community, we discover little things that we ourselves have missed, and there's just endless possibilities to talk about. So.
Right. Actually, for this season, we're planning out episodes, and we're like, I wonder if we have already talked about all the things that you can talk about. And once we dug down a little bit into the topics, there are thousands of topics out there, and it's really interesting for them to cover us, and we learn everything. And yeah, I guess it's also like the feedback, because we get good feedback, and that's what keeps us going, I guess. That's a good one. Nutella or peanut butter?
I'm going to go with Nutella.
I mean, I usually don't eat Nutella at home, But yes, generally Nutella, but I really like peanut butter jelly time. I really like
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time. I really like peanut butter as well. Why you made a new channel? The new episodes would fit good in the old channel. Here's the thing. We thought about it a while, but we have many viewers that really like the classic Germany versus USA episodes, the way they are structured. And what we basically wanted to do is to give us another output, to do different things. I mean, it's all going to be around the Germany versus USA theme, but we wanted to, try out some other stuff, talk about a little bit longer about episodes.
Yeah, sometimes we get a little long-winded, and
Right.
so we'll kind of put those on our channel and have a few different things, and also we're kind of OCD in the sense where we want to keep the GVU channel clean and just kind of, this is what it is, this is what you get. Where in Hinterground, hell, we don't even know what you're going to get.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's just whatever comes to our little minds.
There we go. Wie lange braucht ihr ungefähr für eine Folge? How long does it take us to shoot an episode, basically? It really depends. Like, some episodes takes us 10 minutes to shoot. Then there's episodes that take like 3 hours to shoot.
And sometimes we shoot them and just like, throw it out.
Basically, it takes years until we finally get like one version right. So
there's a couple episodes that we've actually shot a couple times and never released because we're just like,
we're happy with them.
it's just not happy.
Because we don't script a lot. I mean, we prepare like some things for the episode, but we do not a script where we're like, oh, we got to talk about that, and
No, we take a broad approach and then we just kind of dive in, which I don't know if that's the best method.
That's why sometimes we miss certain points and topics, and sometimes we get them all. But this is kind of like how we do it, because we want to keep it conversational, and you can't really script a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, a couple hours, set up, shoot, cut,
right,
boom.
Actually, the longest times for the cutting, actually, afterwards, that probably takes the longest. But yeah, you don't really depend. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it doesn't, and just how we feel.
Why is it impossible for me, an American, to learn a foreign language? Am I just lazy? Well, I don't know if you're lazy or not. I know from my personal experience, I had no exposure to a foreign language until I was like 19. So it was very difficult to like dive into it. And I still struggle, with like the German I know and everything. I mean, it was just a hard experience. I mean, some people pick it up really quick. Other people do not. And I don't think it has to do with being lazy. It may be like your approach in the sense of, if you have an opportunity, go abroad. There's actually, I want to say there's a school in Vermont that you can go for different languages, and they throw you out if you speak your native language. And so it doesn't, if you start like Russian day one, they're like, here we go, you're just going to get it. And, read a little bit, watch TV in that language, even if you have the English subtitles on, because you want to hear it. Really like being around like Alex and his friends was probably some of the best things for me when I was over there, because things I had studied, I could hear them saying, and then it's basically you kind of train yourself to mimic.
Right.
You're like, oh wait, I get that now.
Right. And actually, I find it find a good motivation to learn a language. Like if you say you want to go abroad, like set yourself a goal. If you find a German girl, well, that's a good goal to like speak to her in German. I guess that's how I learned French basically. So I think having a good motivation to learn a language that that will basically push you out of being lazy, and giving that like a social context is really helpful. Like talking to friends, talking to people that wanting to understand what they are saying in a foreign language. I think that's the key. I had a question that most seem to dodge when I asked. Lots of people say it's not the case, but there are a lot of Germans that really do not like Bavarians. Why is this? Last Sunday, we actually posted a video, Bavaria versus Texas, and we talk a little bit about that, how like Bavarians and Texans are very similar in the way that they're like proud of themselves, very self-aware, and if you watch that video, I think you'll probably get a better idea from it. And from probably the comments people leave also. It's going to be interesting, actually. What is Jim's favorite place in Germany and Alex's favorite place in the US?
I really love Berlin, and I know that's not like a crazy, wild answer.
Wow.
Wow, you like Berlin? But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's an awesome capital city. I just feel like because of Berlin's history with the East and West, I really love Berlin. On a smaller scale, I love Freiburg a lot. I really don't have a German city that I really dislike, but Berlin has everything you can dream of. So
yeah, that's true. For me, I mean, my favorite place in the United States is San Francisco. I think I've said that I don't know how many times already. I do like the national parks, and we do have an episode, or we're gonna make an episode about our favorite places in the Germany, in the USA and in Germany respectively. And that episode is coming out soon, so you will get more answers to that in this episode.
So last question, what's the name of your intro? The name of that song is actually How's the Weather?
How's the Weather?
From our good friends from Come On Go With Us.
Right, and we put the link, actually the reason we didn't post it earlier is it wasn't on the internet yet, on the iTunes and on the Spotify, but now it is, and we're going to put the link to the songs in the description of this video, and then you can download and hear it, listen to it.
All right, I think that's a few questions. Send us more your way. I mean, I really enjoyed reading a lot of questions. It's interesting to get the feedback. I always enjoy it. I always try to thank everyone because we wouldn't be doing this without the community.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks a bunch. Q&A, Fragen und Antworten, and see you next week.
Y'all take it easy.
Tschüss.